Assalamu alaikum, everybody. I think we'll start. While we wait for Afaq, we can start with the two of you. The first question is that how does or what does resilience mean to you in today's economic situation?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum.
For me, I think resilience comes part and parcel with living in Pakistan. And us just sitting over here shows resilience that all the brand owners, all the creatives, and all businessmen and retail owners stayed here, could have gone abroad, but invested their time, energy, money in Pakistan, and are where they are right now, shows resilience within itself.
Great answer.
Yeah.
Wasif?
I think,
And keep it short, huh?
Ji, I'll keep it short. In a sentence, the ability to adapt to the hundreds of challenges we face, Shamoon ne, I think over the years, 3-4 stages mein jo samjhaya, we've been through all of them. And so the ability to adapt, whether it's in your supply chain, Assalamu alaikum, whether it's in your design, I mean, Zara can say more about that, across the company, consumer experience. So the ability to adapt and change quickly for us is not only what I think is resilience, but exactly what's required to survive now. So that's how I see it.
Perfect. Afaq Saab, would you like to?
मेरे ख्याल में काफ़ी चीज़ें चेंज होती रही ओवर द पीरियड आज के बाद सेशन स्टार्ट हुए शमून ने बात की एक रेजिलियंस है जो है इंटरनल एक है एक्सटर्नल एक्सटर्नल में तो हम जीत गए सो इफ यू सी आई थिंक लॉट ऑफ नेचुरल क्लैमिटीज गवर्नमेंट टैक्सेस landlords so there are a lot of actually we have already faced. I think this is the right time actually what actually Shamoon also said actually we have to work internal for the internal resilience that is really matters. So I think resilience को हम थोड़ा सा अगर unpin करें there are 4 areas actually which make you resilient. Likewise कि अगर आप brilliant basics जो आपके हैं that is actually one of the main area. और उसके साथ हम अगर rigid एक element है उसको हम kill कर दें ठीक है. So we have to adapt actually. We have to. It's always difficult to accept change actually. ठीक है और अपने आप को confront करना जो है बड़ा मुश्किल होता है. So third part is actually the execution part. हम बहुत resilient plan बना लेते हैं but उसकी execution part missing होता है. So these are 3-4 areas actually which actually if you unpin resilience तो resilience आपको जो है समझ में आ जाती है. So
I think sir इसके लिए आपके पास आके क्लास लेनी पड़ेगी हमें कि how to because a lot of us are very sort of fixed in our ways and in our
मेरा ख्याल में हम हर रोज सीख ही रहे होते हैं और आई थिंक सबसे बड़ा टीचर मैंने किसी से पूछा था कि सबसे बड़ा टीचर आपका कौन है एक बड़ा जबरदस्त किस्म का एंटरप्रेन्योर उन्होंने कहा ज़माना जो है मेरा वो सबसे बड़ा जो है वो टीचर है. So this is how we learned actually.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now comes the big question is, with the rising costs that we have faced, all of us have witnessed this sort of, your rentals are going up, taxes are going up. Tier 1 is becoming more and more targeted, for sort of, taxes and all of that. How are you all combating it? How are you sort of, foreseeing the future? What are you guys seeing? How are you going to run with this?
I think this has been one of the most challenging things in the past couple of years. I think हमने COVID में भी इतना seriously नहीं सफ़र किया जो last few years में with the dollar की बात हुई है, with the inflation की बात हुई है. Now, some businesses have been slow in responding to that. And the reason is because stability या clarity नहीं आ रही थी that how long will this issue last. But I think in the last 12 months, it's becoming more and more clear to everyone. And I think if you just do a पोल राइट नाउ सारे रिटेलर्स कहेंगे हमारी इस वक्त सबसे बड़ा इशू है कि यार अपनी कॉस्ट कंट्रोल्स किस तरह करनी है, हाउ टू सर्वाइव इन दिस चैलेंजिंग एनवायरनमेंट. I think one way to do it is to really get back to focusing on the basics. अपने ब्रांड के ऊपर आप जैसे वैल्यू की बात की है, दैट मीन्स डिस्काउंटिंग वाला जो बिजनेस मॉडल है इज बिकमिंग एक्सट्रीमली डिफिकल्ट. सो कॉस्ट के ऊपर आप एक हो सकता है आप कॉस्ट रिडक्शन के ऊपर फोकस करो, दूसरा होता है आप रेवेन्यू जनरेशन के ऊपर फोकस करो. आई थिंक यू हैव टू डू बोथ एंड दैट्स व्हाट वी आर डूइंग. आई थिंक दैट्स व्हाट एवरीवन वुड बी डूइंग राइट नाउ. एंड
But Vasif, sorry, I'm cutting you here. With the concept that has been here in retail कि जी आपने दुकान आज रेंट पे ली है, आपने 10 साल का एग्रीमेंट साइन किया है, 10% तो आपका रेंटल बढ़ेगा ही बढ़ेगा हर साल, राइट? In the malls, you have the same issue with your, the rents going up, the CAM charges are going up. These are cost elements which are beyond our control as retailers. Bijli ke rate बढ़ गए, minimum wage बढ़ गई. These are all things which are beyond our control. So what do you think needs to be done to actually now, cross that hurdle?
I'll try to make it short so that everyone else can also. अभी जैसे खुरम साहब ने मेंशन किया था, some are exogenous factors. हमारी पूरी टेक्सटाइल सेक्टर इज इन लॉट ऑफ क्राइसिस. उनके भी exogenous factors एंड सिमिलरली हमारे लिए exogenous factor क्या है? रेंट टैक्स चेंज नहीं कर सकते, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी टैक्स चेंज नहीं कर सकते, करना क्या है? सो दैट्स वेयर आई वाज गोइंग दैट एक तो टॉप लाइन के ऊपर, एंड व्हेन आई से टॉप लाइन इट मींस यू हैव टू हैव सम स्ट्रैटेजी अबाउट दैट एज वेल. एंड देयर यू गो बैक टू योर बेसिक स्ट्रेंथ कि अपनी ब्रांड के ऊपर फोकस करो, वैल्यू के ऊपर फोकस करो. चलो एटलीस्ट यू गॉट दैट सिक्योर्ड. ऑन द कॉस्ट साइड there's a concept that you're partners with the people you're working with, but it doesn't really work out that way honestly. So cost side ke upar there are a lot of things jo cost cutting ke andar I think all companies are doing right now. Solarization is a huge thing that all of us have invested over there instead of our own businesses. By the way, in the last 48 months अगर आप देखें तो हम सब वो कैपिटल डिप्लॉय कर सकते थे अपनी ग्रोथ के लिए, बट हमने बहुत सारे ने डाइवर्ट किया टू सेव अ कॉस्ट. सो there are and similarly in our supply chains and the other efficiencies we can do. but साथ साथ एक और बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज है, जैसे शमून जैसे हमारे भाई हैं, इन लोगों ने कस्टमर एक्सपीरियंस वाला कॉन्सेप्ट स्टार्ट किया पाकिस्तान में. उसके बाद हमारी हमें डंडे लेके हमारे डिजाइनर्स आगे कि जी आपको कस्टमर एक्सपीरियंस पे पैसे क्यों नहीं खर्च करते, तो हमारे साथ भी बड़ी ज्यादती की हमने. अब हम भुगत रहे वाइल वी आर सेइंग हमने कॉस्ट रिड्यूस करनी है, बट जब वो कस्टमर एक्सपीरियंस नहीं देते वो कहते हैं आप लोगों को तो काम नहीं आता. So it's multifaceted challenges, and I think that is where an entrepreneur and all their multifaceted solutions have to come into place.
Afaq Saab, this question is for you. With obviously all of these rising costs, mashallah, you have a very large network. Is it more challenging, or is it easier to sort of do business with these rising costs?
I think growing a business is not actually a big thing actually. I think the biggest thing is how to you manage that growth actually. That really matters actually. We are trying and we are doing pretty good things. Like we have to be scientific in any ways, because now the world is actually moving toward more scientific ways to learn and absorb and adapt and change accordingly to customer needs. So it's not actually the guts. On the basis of gut to make decisions, there should be a data that resonate gives you insight about what should be the next step towards all the functions. It's not only the merchandise. It's not actually the quality of the product is brought no shows the success. There are other elements also actually that need to be incorporated. We have to be scientific in all ways. It's a commercial, it's economics, retail economics, it's a supply chain. We have to have inventory planning. So these are all areas we have to be scientific. So we are trying to embrace that, and we are doing it gradually, and things are getting better and is much more controlled. That's actually the key. That area, another area which already I have mentioned, is the people is actually the key for any business growth. That we need to graduate our people, make them a good professionals. We invest on the team. So that really matters, because you can build a very good plan, but who are actually the team who are going to deliver? So these are multiple areas we are working accordingly and in all the sphere of life.
Perfect. Thank you. Zara, coming to you, how do you maintain creativity and sort of, yet try and keep the product cost within reach because of, the economic conditions and the spending power of the customer has definitely dwindled. So how do you sort of, try and create that?
Being in luxury retail and not having so many stores as people around me, I have the luxury for keeping the prices higher. And but I feel that, like he said, investing in people is the main thing, and we do lag over there. And I do feel that the what Shamun also said was that ये जो दौड़ में हम चल पड़े हैं, उस दौड़ में हमने अपने कस्टमर को और अपने लोगों को कहीं पीछे छोड़ दिया है। एंड उसकी वजह से वी आर फेसिंग दिस प्रॉब्लम एज़ वेल, एंड वी आर नॉट ट्राइंग टू लर्न our own people and our own customer, and kind of and if we do that, I think we will be able to solve a lot of our problems as well. अगर पाकिस्तान जो प्रॉब्लम्स हम फेस कर रहे हैं वो एग्जैक्ट प्रॉब्लम हमारा कस्टमर भी फेस कर रहा है। हमारा कस्टमर भी कहीं ना कहीं एंटरप्रेन्योर है, जॉब वाला है, ही इज़ फेसिंग द सेम प्रॉब्लम्स, राइट? So we have to understand our people, we have to invest in our people, and creativity की जो जहाँ आप मेरे से पूछ रहे हैं is it keeps on changing, and staying with the market, staying creative means understanding yourself and investing in our people. That's where I would say.
Perfect. Thank you. Vasif, you and I had a discussion last night, and if Asad was here, this question was targeted for him, and I know you would have had a good laugh over it. But with how do you evaluate in the current situation whether you need to expand, or sort of is it time now to consolidate? And if you're in the expansion mode, please do tell us, what is driving your expansion mode now?
I think this is a $1 million question for all of retail right now. It was good to hear what Shamoon has thought, and it's a very thought-provoking thing that he said, कि it's not the number of retail outlets, which is the conventional way of thinking. मैं आपके साथ कल बैठ के conventional बातें कर रहा था.
अच्छा, आप conventionally मुझे कह रहे थे.
So I think it's all एक sentiment driven. Just like our economy, it's sentiment driven. We get that gut feel that the time is right, our data is supporting it, our sales are supporting it. There are so many markets that we haven't touched. एक तो वही gut feel होती थी जिसकी वजह से हम करते थे. If we speak to all of our colleagues now, ये बहुत सारी चीज़ें अब data driven हो गई हैं कि इस जगह पे इतने अगर हाउसिंग सोसाइटीज़ हैं, वहाँ एक मॉल बन रहा है, उसके आउटफॉल में 1 लाख लोग हैं, 2 लाख लोग हैं. So, and at the same time, now the rent to sale ratio, which is now a key thing. पहले हम सिर्फ वो देखते थे, now the operational cost overall देखी जा रही है. यार अब just 5 साल पहले ना हम electricity की cost देखते थे, ना हम CAM देखते थे. Now that becomes a significant issue for all of us. So I think there's no specific answer for this. This depends from brand to brand. I do believe, जैसे तारिक साहब ने शुरू में कहा था, हम तो जिहाद लड़ रहे हैं इस मुल्क में, अभी भी ग्रो करने की बात कर रहे हैं इन हालात में, where there's doom and gloom. The textile sector जी कह रहे हैं हम खत्म हो गए, फलाना सेक्टर कह रहे हैं construction is in crisis. But if you speak with retail, most of us will be like, no, we are positive. We know there is potential in the country. And with that, I'll just close that and I'll leave it to someone else. This brand to brand, it depends on what part of your life cycle the brand is in. बाकी सारी चीज़ें तो नॉर्मल हैं. कॉस्ट, एरिया, लोकेशन, वायबिलिटी, आई थिंक वो सब कर ही लेते हैं. सो आई थिंक unless there is a pressing reason not to grow, like there's a strategic decision, that's something else. उसकी growth को किसी और तरीके से आपने वो कर दिया define. But we go through these processes and then we decide whether we need to be in growth or not. And yes, we still are, but let's say in a more measured way. That's the only thing I can say right now.
Perfect. Zara, what about you? Are you looking at expanding your network? And if you are you...
I'm conservative when it comes to expanding, but we are expanding. We have launched our high street brand as well, and we're looking to expand that as well. But I do feel that a lot of things have been said over here as well. But I feel कि हमें बहुत सी जगह हम लैग करते हैं when it comes to branding, not just fashion, all types of branding. I feel कि हम लोग एक दूसरे को बहुत ज़्यादा कट करते हैं, एक दूसरे को बहुत ज़्यादा कॉपी भी करते हैं और अपनी एक आइडेंटिटी को लूज़ कर जाते हैं. And I think when you have a very strong identity as a brand, you connect to your customer in a way कि जहाँ पे अगर आपका ये issues आ रहे हैं and you can share it with your customer, the prices and the tax and all of that, they will understand you better and they will help you better as well. So I go back to the same thing.
Okay, great. Thank you. Fahad Saab, this coming to you, how do you keep your assortments, how do you plan your assortments and how do you try and keep it, as trendy as possible?
Well, I think it's a great question to ask, and it's a heart of modern retail efficiency and brand relevance, actually. So that's we are trying to achieve. And yes, assortment is actually, if you understand your customer needs, and if you keep on doing that, what customer is really looking for, and your top priority is your customer is what actually is really looking for, then you can easily break the code. So assortment has this part, the basic core aesthetic is actually should be the main area. So that actually gives the brand value proposition, describe the brand DNA, and the other the trendy and the cultural part actually that should be your seasonal part, or you may say it's a capsule launch like that gives you a flavor of to fulfill your cultural needs and the festive days and the trends you are looking for. So this is how actually we are moving forward, and the range is actually likely to be converting. It's not as of today, but we are trying to do that. 60% should have a very good commercial sense. So that commercial productivity is really matters, because at the end of the day, if by the way, retail is very unforgiving if you go like unprepared and rigid and ill-disciplined. So in any ways, you have to have high ticket price items to sell. There are actually times when you can sell it because people have demand of that. But the rest of the most of the time, 70% time, the brand should be based on the core aesthetic, which resonates actually the brand DNA.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. Now comes the big question, which actually is targeted to the two gentlemen on the thing, is discounting. And how do you exactly? That's why, Zara, I said this pertains to these guys.
I think you should take her view on this as well, because she's the creative one. So
how do you guys factor in the discounting on your products, and what is your take on the existing, what you're seeing in the market for the last sort of 18, 20 months is that everybody is on sale constantly, and is that sort of hurting the bottom line, or is it something that you have factored in and you're sort of sticking to that?
I think the last 12 to 18 months की अगर बात करें, and discounting की reasons होती हैं. Some are brand specific at any given time, cash flow के लिए कोई decision ले रहा है, that's something else. But I think last 18 months macroeconomic factors have really hit the people who were supposed to buy a product at X price. So no one likes discounting. जिससे भी बात करेंगे कि यार हमारी ख्वाहिश है कि हम किसी दिन discount पे ना जाएं. And so it's not like anyone wants to go into discounts. इस साल की स्पेसिफिक बात करें एंड चैलेंजेस जो हमने किया, आई थिंक एवरीवन इज पॉइंटिंग वन वन थिंग. हमारी एक एग्रीकल्चर इंडस्ट्रियल इकोनॉमी है विच इज़ द मेन इंजन ऑफ द इकोनॉमी, जिसकी वजह से हमारी रिटेल बेनिफिट करती है. नॉट जस्ट आर रिटेल, फैशन रिटेल, ऑल रिटेल डिपेंड्स ऑन द एग्री इकोनॉमी विच इज़ 60% ऑफ आर GDP. इस साल हमें हिट हुई है एग्री की. वी नो देयर वर सर्टेन इश्यूज विद व्हीट व्हिच इज अ मेन कैश क्रॉप ऑफ द ईयर. वी नो उसके बाद फ्लड्स आए. डिस्पाइट द इकोनॉमिक स्टेबिलिटी जिसकी खुरम साहब ने बात की थी, but the pockets of our consumer have been hit on multiple things, whether it's taxes, whether it's portions of the economy which were supposed to put the cash in their pockets, और वो cash rotation में issues आए. ये मैं macro बात इससे कर रहा हूँ so that we understand why we are all generally seeing more discounts this year from brands. And hence, as retailers, हमने अपनी planning तो साल पहले की होती है. We have that inventory, we have that stock. And when those pressures come in, you make that decision. ये इस साल की specific बात कर रहा हूँ. So I think थोड़ा माफ़ी भी देनी चाहिए अगर retailers ने इस साल they've gone off track. But generally, discounting is what destroys the brand. That is something which we all understand. उसको counter करने के लिए maybe Zara can add some things there as well. I think she has her discounting as well. But from a pure number side, it's a reality. We're facing it. There is right now, due to the less consumer purchasing power, there are issues that the industry is facing. Hopefully, let's hope they'll tide over.
Zara, I want these guys to answer, and then I want you to tell them what they're doing wrong. नहीं बोले अफाक साहब, आप बोले.
आई थिंक डिस्काउंटिंग सबसे पहले तो मेरा रीज़न हमें पता होना चाहिए डिस्काउंटिंग करने के ऊपर. डिस्काउंटिंग की रीज़न जो है वो मेरे ख्याल में, मुझे मेरा पर्सपेक्टिव है थोड़ा सा हार्श भी हो सकता है. आई थिंक जो है अगर हम कोई चीज़ प्लान नहीं करेंगे, as I earlier said, actually retail is really forgiving if you go for indisciplined. So that's something we should understand. I used to work for some international brand. They always put this, when they go for the MRPs, they put certain amount of percentage on the product. ठीक है कि ये डिस्काउंट होगा और ये डिल्यूशन होगी. ठीक है, वो होता ही इसलिए था कि वो अनफोर्सीन एरिया, कोई आपकी इल प्लानिंग हुई हुई है, कहीं पे आपने गलती कर दी, गलती होती है, वो उस वजह से होती थी. मगर हम, मेरा ख्याल में मेनली जो सही बात की है असल ने, कि वो हमारे जो मेजर मसले सब ब्रांड्स के आज आप पूछेंगे तो एक ही चीज़ के है, वो कैश फ्लो के. तो दैट रियली फोर्स गुड मर्चेंडाइज, ब्यूटीफुल मर्चेंडाइज. और कैश फ्लो के मसले के हैं, सप्लाई चेन के इशू हैं, प्रोडक्ट मिक्स की प्लानिंग गैप्स हैं. ठीक है, असॉर्टमेंट जो आपने बात की थी, रेलेवेंस नहीं होगी, मिक्स जो है बैलेंस नहीं होगा, मार्केट नीड के मुताबिक नहीं होगा. सो आई थिंक अगर मैं बात सेम उस पर चला जाऊँ, रेजिलिएंट, हमने इंटरनल रेजिलियंस की बात की है, तो आई थिंक वी हैव टू बी साइंटिफिक. पीपल आर द की. वी हैव टू generate basically the organization with the proper processes, flow, management. So I think we can achieve that undiscounted environment. So I think this is one of the areas. Sorry if
Thank you.
मेरी बात आपको किसी को बुरी
Thank
लगी हो
you.
तो.
Zara, go on. Tell these gentlemen what they're doing wrong.
I will come back to branding. Because अगर आपकी अपनी ब्रांड वैल्यू नहीं है और सारे स्टोर्स एक जैसे लग रहे हैं, उन सारे स्टोर्स में एक जैसे कपड़े हैं, और मिल ओनर्स ने बस कहा है कि जी आप ये दुकान लगा दें और उसको छाप लें, इसको छाप लें, इसको छाप लें, और अब आप डिस्काउंट लगा दें. और अगर आपके कस्टमर के साथ वो कनेक्शन ही नहीं है और कस्टमर ने फिर बेस्ट सस्ता जोड़ा जाके जहाँ पे उसको यहाँ नहीं तो वहाँ मिल जाएगा, वहाँ नहीं तो यहाँ मिल जाएगा, तो फिर वो आपके लिए आ ही नहीं रहा, वो डिस्काउंट के लिए आ रहा है सिर्फ. सो इफ़ you are going to do this, then of course everybody will have to go on discount eventually. So number one, please stop doing this.
Thank you. I keep trying to tell everybody that, but nobody believes me.
तो आप ये कह रही हैं कि प्रोडक्शन बेस्ड रिटेलिंग नहीं करनी चाहिए?
नहीं, it works both ways. It works both ways. You have to be.
Shamoon is there shaking his head saying, what are you guys talking about? That's true. Now moving to e-commerce. Post-COVID, I mean, in COVID, we all saw e-commerce take off because there was no access to retail outlets. But post-COVID, what is how is e-commerce doing? What are you doing to grow it? How have you been able to expand the reach to international markets?
I think you remember COVID में कितनी हमारी sessions हुए थे about where the retail bricks and mortar is going to go and e-commerce. There were some predictions कि जी बस इसके बाद तो bricks and mortar गया और e-commerce is the future, etc., etc. I mean, many people would be surprised to know even in the Western world, the bricks and mortar is on a revival path. The pre-COVID sales levels have been reached again, and those are mature economies. वहाँ वैसी retail 2-3% grow करती है साल की. यहाँ पाकिस्तान में आई थिंक व्हेन वी यूज्ड टू डिस्कस एंड हमारी बहुत क्राइसिस मीटिंग्स हुई थी उस वक्त, वी वर वेरी क्लियर कि ये ग्रोथ इंजन तो है, एंड येस इट गिव दैट किक वंस एंड इट रियली हेल्प्ड अस इवन टिल नाउ इफ वी थिंक अबाउट इट. हमारी इनफैक्ट जो एक्सपोर्ट भी अर्निंग्स हैं उस वक्त, जो B2C एक्सपोर्ट हमने स्टार्ट की थी, that was the engine that kicked in because they weren't able to travel to Pakistan to buy the goods. So the growth has been great, but at the same time we have to realize कि इसकी भी अब वो जो हम कहते हैं यार हमारा 200% ग्रो होता था, अब तो सिर्फ 40 हो रहा है, 50 हो रहा है. That is a reality. It's a diminishing returns kind of a thing. आपने वो initial जो भी ग्रोथ लेनी थी वो ले लिया. Now it is just like एक bricks and mortar की ग्रोथ है, उसको आप डबल कर दें, ट्रिपल कर लें. That is going to be your standard growth on a annual basis. Now, where are the areas for growth? अभी तक पाकिस्तान के अंदर I was hearing कि 88% people are on the cellular phones, but अभी तक we are one of the lowest countries in terms of e-commerce penetration. India Bangladesh ही आप ले सकते हैं, and they're way ahead of us. So I feel the growth is going to be there for the 4-5 years. कोई issue नहीं है उसके अंदर. The next, so if you say how you targeting, वो हमने अपनी टीमों को दिए हैं. We just target the cities where we're not present. You realize कि वहाँ छोटे छोटे शहरों से भी बड़े अच्छे orders आते हैं. But the second area is export. I mean, इस वक्त we have new markets opening up like Bangladesh. I think all of us retailers are looking towards those areas. That is one of the markets. I mean, people like Shamoon and Ethnic, etc., are already physically present in a lot of the export markets. But ये वाली जो मार्केट है, इधर हम पहली बार उधर जाने लगे हैं जहाँ 24 घंटे आपका वही ड्रेस पहना जा रहा है, अनलाइक इंग्लैंड, अनलाइक दुबई, अनलाइक कनाडा या अमेरिका. सो उसको टारगेट करने के लिए आई थिंक अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल शुड नाउ स्टार्ट थिंकिंग अबाउट दोज कंट्रीज, एंड फिजिकल रिटेल इज गोना फॉलो. So if you ask us, it is still our engine of growth. Everyone, if you ask them, it's becoming more and more competitive for sure. But e-commerce focus has a lot to do with branding, marketing, which maybe Zara can explain. But on the operation side, whether our partnership with a lot of like TCS के साथ हमारी discussion अभी हो रही थी, how they can help us now reach the new markets that we're targeting. So हमारा तो twofold अभी तक चल रहा है, and it is still a very fast growth engine.
Thank you. Afaq Saab, you have recently opened in the UK and you're looking at e-commerce in the UK. We had a brief chat about this last evening. उसके बारे में if you can please.
E-commerce business हम पिछले 4-5-6 साल से already international market को cater कर रहे थे, and it was not actually the targeted sort of digital marketing we are doing, but और organically जो है customer हमारे पास आ रहा था और वो build होता जा रहा था. So what we did 2 years back, we have decided, since actually we have a good 10-12% of share that is coming from the Europe side, from e-commerce, and the most of sales actually are actually the first price sales through. They are not discounted actually. So then we realized that then we tried to build a focus. And first attempt we did actually it was very mindful decision that we open basically a fulfillment center in London, UK. So to assess and the market needs, the consumer, identify the consumer needs. So that fulfillment center is actually the purpose to understand and give them basically a last mile experience of उसको enhance करने के लिए. And in this way, you start interacting with the customer and get the feedback, what actually is working, what not working. So that gave us a good learning period of over 1 year, having a fulfillment center in UK and service customer directly. We have put in basically the customer service center, so dedicated to sort of only UK customers. So that really gave us the more insight about the market. And later that actually that And we have localized basically our digital campaigns also that give us we have engaged good companies there. They actually give us a more customer base. So that allow us to penetrate very abruptly and against understand the more market. That's why actually we opened 2 stores, brick and mortar stores. And last week we opened the second one. The first one we opened in a month back. So that really helped us to understand the customer needs through e-commerce. So that part we have done very well, and things are moving in the right direction. As far as your previous question about Pakistan market e-commerce, I would like to add,
GG.
here in Pakistan, actually the e-commerce is more driven from discounts. So the first price sell-through ratio is, I think, probably is not more than 10% of FP prices. So but again, the models exist, model is proven. The store EBITDA is really good. Margin GP, overall GP is low, yes. Instead of having a factory outlet, that's channel you can utilize to liquidate, flush out your stock.
Thank you. Do you want to add anything? No? We've run out of time. I know we could have gone on, for at least another hour. But thank you very much, everybody, for taking the time to come and join us. Thank you.